Hi, I'm Prosser Harriman, writer and director of A Kid at School, and today I'm going to be showing you some shot composition from my film. We'll first start with this frame here. As you can see, this shot composition is kind of like I use this hallway to kind of shift your viewpoint down the hallway to watch our main character Tyler right here as he heads down the hall. As you can tell, the lockers are the device that I use to angle that, and that's intentional. The next frame, if we look right here, we're going to notice that I use the rule of thirds here. These thirds are being split up right about here, where you'll notice that Tyler is going to be in the far right third, and then the desk is really in this third, where this third is empty. And that also helps to direct the viewer when there's less stuff in these two thirds. Your eye's gonna shift more to where the subject is. In this one, of course, these thirds being split right here. This third has the lockers, this third empty, and then this third is the one with Tyler, our main character, and that's also there to not have any distractions over to the left side of the screen. These next few ones, this one is kind of a dual purpose. This one can also be divided into thirds where there's less going on in the center, but in this side we have a character, and this side we also have a character, so we kind of get to see on both sides. But if we get rid of these, there's also a 45-degree diagonal that kind of divides up the screen right about here, where you'll see this character who's sleeping in the bottom, and then this character on the top who's texting on their phone. And in this scene, these students are very much like supposed to be kind of distracted. During the scene, there's an announcement going on discussing the death of this character, and they're not really paying much attention because they don't care. And so this helps us to discover these two people in different focal lengths that don't really care about this event that's happened. Moving on to this shot, this is another 45 right here. This shot is one of my favorite in the film because we just kind of have the face of this sleeping character, and then down here we also have this character who's kind of blurred out in the background, which is also using that narrow focus to bring more intentionality into seeing this character who's sleeping. Moving on then, this is a one-point perspective right here of our character Edward, who passes away in this car accident during the film. So that one point is kind of everything is kind of shaping down this way to the center where his face is. This is another one point right here. The kind of third rule applies here too, where the center is where your focus is going to go, and there's empty space on the sides. Then when our character Tyler moves in, he also takes space in the center where the sides are going to be free. This is another one of my favorite shots throughout the film, and this is a sequential, this is just a sequence that was intentional, where this shot and framing of the left side of his face, where his eye kind of cuts off at his nose, it repeats through 3 important times throughout the film. And this was done on purpose to reflect the 3 times throughout the film where he has wake-up moments. This first one shows the emotion of where he's like, the announcement's going on that this kid who sat in front of him in his physics class died, and he doesn't know what's going on, and he's kind of grieving through it. This next shot, if I can get to it, this next shot right here takes place in the counselor's office when she says, who says that we should forget? And so that's another moment where he kind of like looks up and is like, okay, that's eye-opening, and that's shown quite literally when he opens his eye into that shot. And the last one is when he's reflecting on the hallway after he's gone through this journey and of a realization of mortality, and he's reflecting back on it and saying, I can move on and continue to live my life. So those are the shots here in A Kid at School that are composed using the 3-point perspective rule, 1-point perspective, and just using the shot composition over and over again.